yeah. Get your hands up, yeah. To the floor, yeah.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Sugars Podcast. Thanks for joining us for episode number 3. I'm Sugar.
I am Brown Sugar, and we are glad to come back to you again with the funny shit that we think is funny. You may not, but we laugh because we are a party of two, but we say things that you think, but you just don't say.
That's right, and we are funny.
I think we're funny as shit.
Well, I wanted to start out today because there's a couple things we wanted to do last time that we didn't get the chance to, but let's start out, even though this wasn't on the agenda originally, let's start out with Miss Lizzo. I love her.
I am so in love with Lizzo. Like, I really never pay really that much attention, but I don't actually ever get a chance to watch TV, like, ever.
Yeah.
So I was flicking through, and Amazon came on Prime, and it said, watch out for the big girls. And I'm a big girl, so anything that's big girls, I'm like, all right, let me see what this is about. So usually the reality shows are just so ratchet, and you just get so tired of seeing so much toxic and everybody's fighting.
Yeah.
But this show gave me life. And if you guys have not watched it, I would say take a moment to just tune in. It is about, plus size women that are dancing, because anytime if you have seen any of Lizzo's videos, all of her dancers are plus size.
Yeah.
So they're called the big girls.
And it's on Prime, right?
Amazon Prime.
Yeah.
So tell me what you liked about the show.
So I loved it, and I'm glad you told me to watch it, because I only watched 2 episodes so far, but when I am watching it, I felt empowered. I'm like, yeah, look at those girls. They are crushing it, doing what they love to do, 0 fucks. Like,
No fucks.
You know when they say dance like no one's watching? They ain't a fool watching, because they're everything they leave on the floor. The one transgender lady?
Jayla.
Dropped
Jayla.
into the splits, popped back up like it was nothing.
Yeah, my niece was her watching that, but when I seen her, I was like, all right, there's a lot of stomach there, so, like, what's going to happen? She killed it. I watched, like, episode 4 last night, and I drank a bottle of wine, so I thought I was in the video. And party of one.
Party of one.
I'm in the mirror trying to move and do all the dance moves, and I'm watching my legs jiggle. Usually I'm not okay with that. I was okay with the shit. So Lizzo, next show, I am coming for auditions. Now my knees may crack. I may not be able to drop it low, but eye level. But just let me in. Just let me in the house. I could cook. I could do some other stuff. But I can empower the other women.
Yes, me too.
That is really one of the things that I did like about the show. And if you guys are listening, one of the most important things that they said is to love the skin you're in.
Yep.
So it was, don't care about what people say. All of these women have came with self-doubt because of their sizes. Mm-hmm. And the world tells you have to look this way, or you have to try to become something else. And I love this so much because it's letting you be authentically you, and it's a bunch of beautiful plus-size women with different shapes, diversities, ethnicities, and so shout out to you, Lizzo, for that show. But The Sugars, we're going to try out.
We're going to try out.
Coming for you.
One thing I love that she said that I had to, memorize in my head, because I'm guilty of this, because I'll explain this to you guys later, but I'm training for a half marathon, and I laugh when I say that because I'm not in shape. I'm in shape, but it's not. Yeah, but I'm doing it. But what she said was, those people that are always telling you can't do things, or you're too big for that, or they're talking crap about you, whatever. It's, just tell them to shut the fuck up. Just shut up. And she said, even when it's you,
right,
even when you're talking shit about yourself, tell yourself, shut the fuck up. Because we are our biggest critics.
Yep.
Like tonight, I felt all sassy after watching it, and I was like, yeah, I'm empowered. And I put on this sleeveless top, or this sleeveless dress, which I would never wear because of all this fupa right here
and
that's
you
showing.
Look beautiful.
I put on a little top over it so I don't show on my arm, because I don't like my arms. But I got halfway there. I was like, I put this on, my stomach's like pooching, which I normally wouldn't do. So at least I took one more step, into just being comfortable because I watched the show.
Right. And without the show, I don't really give a fuck. I got a half shirt on, just stomach, everything out because I love me.
Right.
So
Thank you, Lizzo.
Thank you very much, Lizzo. So we are coming for you. We're still going to be healthy because health is wealth.
Yep.
So we're not, promoting by just eat whatever you want. Just kind of balance it out. But if you are thick, skinny, whatever, we love all of our sugars out there. But we are really rooting for the big girls.
That's right. Keep it going, big girls. So speaking of shout outs, we should do some shout outs.
All right.
We have a lot of people we like to prop up. Give them props. Prop up. I don't know. Am I standing them up? I don't know what I'm doing.
I don't know. I feel like you just made that up, but we're going to go with the prop
Okay,
up stuff.
we're going to prop y'all up. Prop you up. So we just want to do some shout outs because we got a lot going on in our lives. We are truly blessed. We have some amazing people in our lives. And I want to give a big shout out to my son who's graduating from ASU in a few weeks.
Woo, woo.
So he is the first one on my side of the family from his generation of like him and all of his cousins. He's the first one that's graduating from college.
Awesome.
So he's graduating from ASU next week. So I want to give him props because I'm a proud mama.
Well, speaking of proud mamas, I guess I was kind of voluntold to shout out my child because we were prepping for this podcast and she said, shout out me, mom. And she has been doing an internship at Mayo Clinic. And if you guys don't know, it is a very elite hospital within the U.S. and there's only several locations in the U.S. And she has gotten 2 job offers when she finishes the program in May.
That is amazing.
Yes, she does not do anything around the house, but I have always raised her that you go to work and you do what you need to do. So
get it done.
Shout out to you, baby. I am proud of you today
of you.
And every day. I also like to just shout out random people. Like, for those of you out there that take one gym class and you look in the mirror and you feel like you got an ab, shout out to you because I do the same thing. Like, I do one sit-up and I look for it. Yeah. It's deep down there, so if you really, really look and then, like, you suck your stomach in and then you hold it, it's there. So shout out to you.
It's there. It's in there.
Yes.
And it's smiling. That one ab is up in there, and it's like, thank you, look at me.
Mine's down there. Now I'm trying to hold it in, but I can't breathe.
But Lizzo's like, don't hold it in.
Right.
I mean, she didn't say that, but that's how I felt
That's
after.
what I feel like Lizzo told me to eat the cookie. Like, she told me to do whatever I want to do.
Oh, my God. I was empowered. I could have, like, jumped off the roof and been just fine. Just fine. She's awesome. Well, so we did shout-outs to our kids, but should we talk about some bad mom stories, too?
I mean, shout out to the bad moms.
Yeah, because we're not always perfect. We try, but...
I just feel like if your kid gets up alive every day... You are the best mom ever. That's it. That's like, you cannot set expectations because even if you are the perfect mom, they're still going to grow up and do whatever the fuck that they want to do.
That's right.
So, and then you'll spend the whole rest of your life feeling bad. So shout out to the bad moms because I am one of those.
No, we just have bad moments.
Well, I don't know. Sometimes I question.
How about we call it a bad mom moment?
Well, this is bad mom moments, but sometimes I have like bad mom lifetime because my kids, their age span is 10 years apart, and 10 years is a lot.
It's a lot.
And so the oldest, she is an adult of age, but she's still my baby, and she had a rough day. So I thought it was a good idea, like, okay, get ready. Are you gonna hang with me? Because I always like used to wait until she could get of age because I was like, we're going to be at the bars, like we're going to do all of this stuff. Well, granted, this kid of mine is total opposite of me. Like, she does nothing. She is as square as a square. Like, she does nothing. But thought it was a good idea to, in lieu of 420 coming up, to give her a gummy. So she was like all upset about this boy. And I was like, okay, bitch, don't worry about it. I got you. So I pick her up, and I was like, all right, well, you're going to come hang with me. Eat this. It was just a little piece. I'm thinking.
Like a piece of edible?
Yeah, it was a piece of edible.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't tell her, like, exactly what it is. But when she went to her... So the reason... There's this backstory behind it. I did not just give my kids drugs without telling her.
Right.
She went to a party before, like last year with her friend.
And again, she's of age.
She is of age. And she told me she had a piece of cookie. So I was like, okay, cool. Like, I'm glad you told me. I was like, well, what'd you do? She's like, it just made me laugh. So I'm thinking, oh, shit, she got a fucked up day. Like, let me let her laugh. Cool. Totally went left. So for those of you that don't know, I box. So I take boxing 3 times a week. So I tell her, all right, let's go to boxing. I get out. She's in there. I'm going to go sit in the car. I get out. She comes to the door. Mom, I can't breathe. And I was like, oh, shit. And so she was like,
Edibles gone wrong.
Edibles gone wrong.
Woman down.
And so at this time, my mother just moved here and she's at my house. So I'm like, all right, well, I don't really want her to know that I gave her granddaughter some edibles. So she is, okay, I can't breathe. I need to go to the hospital. She's crying. And I'm like, okay, just calm down. You're okay. You're just high. You are okay. And then that all went left. She started throwing up. I'm like, shit. So I'm Googling, because Google is the Bible. Obviously. What reduces THC? They were like lemons. Run in the store, just give her a lemon. Just like, eat this. She started just throwing up everywhere, and I couldn't take her home. I'm like, I don't know what to do with her. So I just kept telling her. She started crying. I can't feel my legs, Mom. I was like, shit, I need to go to the house. I was like, no, because we are both going to jail. Like, I kept saying, I am so sorry. I really thought this was a good idea. And I had to put this grown lady in the shower. So I come in there. I finally took her home. I called my friend. I'm like, I don't know what to do with her. Like, where do I take her? She's like, bring her over here so I can show my son this is what happens when you're on drugs. I said, bitch, this is not a dare moment. Like, what the fuck? Like, this is not a dare moment. I don't know what to do with her. So I really got her home. I put her in a bed. She finally went to sleep. She was cool. Like, I love you, Mommy. I'm like, I love you too. Go to bed. I did not check on her the rest of the night because I didn't want her to talk. I wanted her to just
don't want her to throw up.
I didn't want her to do nothing. I was like, dear God, I am so sorry. I really thought it was going to go the other way. So listen, have your kids test the shit out on their own before you try it, and then you won't feel like a bad mom. But everything was okay. The next morning, she was still kind of loopy for like 2 days. And then she said, 2 days? Like 2 days. She was like, I was like, just drink a lot of water, baby. She's like, I'm hungry. I will get you whatever it is that you need. So
please just don't call the police.
Just
right?
don't
tell grandma.
Don't tell grandma.
That's worse than the police.
Right. So this episode will not be going out to grandma for her to listen, because she's going to judge me, because she's a judgy motherfucker. So I told her the next morning, I was like, she's like, can you drop me off, Mom? I was like, yep. I said, almost lost you. So that is.
But see, I just want to say, sorry to interrupt you. I just want to say, I don't think that's a bad mom moment, because your intentions were good.
They were. I thought we was going to bond.
Yeah.
And we did bond, because I told her, if we have never bonded over anything else, we had a moment yesterday. Right. She was saying like dumb shit, and I was like, I'm sicky. Like, what the fuck is that?
I'm sicky?
Yeah, Mom. And then she just kept saying, I was like, what?
It sounds like my son playing video games. I'm telling you what, it is the weirdest sound. Okay, Big Daddy Swears here, my husband. For those of you who don't know him, he's here. You have to do what he sounds like, because my kid is 21, plays video games all day, all night. I don't know. I think the kid's a vampire. I don't know what's going on. But he makes the craziest sounds. And I've actually snuck up on his bedroom and recorded him, because it sounds like the kid's throwing up. No, okay, do it. That's literally what my kid sounds like playing video games. And first time I came busting in there, I'm like, you got the flu? You got, like, what is going on? He keeps doing this. And I'm like, I thought something was wrong.
So gamers out there, drop a message, comment to us, and tell us what that translates to. Because for me, that translate to, why the fuck did you do that? Move out the way. Because he's so intense that's all that's coming out.
Yeah, that he can't form the words.
Yeah.
He's just like,
Oh, he shot me. Oh, I'm so dead. So that's the
I'm like, is it porn? What is the kid? What is happening in there? Do you know his YouTube channel? I'm talking to Big Daddy Swear, because his YouTube channel, you can go and like listen and watch him play these games, and he makes this noise. And we're like, dude, that's money. That's money. You should go on Twitch. You need to live stream. You could be paying for your own college instead of me paying for your college. There's so much you can do with this, because I swear to God,
I never got people paying for people to watch them play video
I don't
games.
understand it either, but they do it.
All the time.
All the time. I'm telling you what, this kid could be a millionaire by now, because he's so absurdly ridiculous with these sounds he makes. That is the funniest fucking thing ever. Can you do a copyright on? No.
Not noises.
Okay.
I feel like we need to try it. There's a loophole and everything.
There's gotta be.
I mean, I'm sure there's a copyright on the Law and Order.
Yeah, on that sound. So there's
the
got to be
sound.
some sort of copyright. I don't know, but I'm just saying that might be one of my bad mom moments. Is I'm in there recording this kid sound like he's throwing up and texting it to people. This is my kid. Guess what? He's healthy.
Yeah.
These are the sounds he makes.
Well, I get pre-warned to every time she tells me something to not tell my sister, because she said I tell everybody everything. But it's funny.
Right.
Like, it's really, really funny. And I do have a story about both of them. And again, I said they're 10 years apart. And I had a proud mom moment in one scenario, and I had I have failed as a parent moment in the other. So
just boomerang back, stay at ya.
I'm telling you. So the oldest was going to a party, and she's very introverted, so she doesn't go out much, and she relies on me to be there for her. So I have to push her out the door. So I was like, all right, I'll drop you off to H&M. Mom, I thought we were going. We are not doing shit because you're grown. So it's like, you're going, and I'm going to go get your sister, and I'll come back and pick you up. So she's one that fights against everything. So she gets to H&M. I go get the little one. She calls, Mom, I need you to transfer money to my account. First of all, I'm not a bank. And she checked her account, so she had like $200 in her account. It's H&M. Like, you can buy the whole store for $200. So I'm trying to figure out, first of all, she picks out one thing in her whole life.
One hoodie.
Mm-hmm. And even when she was little, she would go to the store and, like, she was like the cheapest kid ever. Like, what do you want? Oh, I want a hair clip. Like, she just is very non-expensive, which worked for me for 10 years of my life until that other expensive little bitch came. So, anywho, so she calls me and said, you have to transfer money. And I'm like, I know she didn't. I said, well, how much is it? How much did you spend? And she's like, I just need money. Well, how much did you spend? Well, it says that it's an error. It's a chip error, so I don't have enough money. My card didn't go through. So how much is it? She said $32. I said, what the fuck? Like, I am really the bad mom and the worst parent, because I really don't understand how this conversation is happening for $32 and you have $200. So
and you know exactly what the error is. Chip error.
But she just thinks error.
Right.
I need some more money.
Right. Meltdown.
Yeah. Whole meltdown, because before she had a card since she was 14, she would go to the store and really go to Victoria's Secret and ring up $200 and she got $15. So I will always go and just pay for this shit because I didn't want my kid to be embarrassed. But I'm like, what the hell? So that was in her mind that it just wouldn't go through. And I was like, you know what? I really did work with her when she was little. She just refused the learning.
Trust me, I get that. Oh, I'll tell you a story in a minute.
Because these kids are so entitled and they're so spoiled. And part of it is our fault, so we got to take ownership of that.
100% my fault. Oh, you should see Big Daddy swear.
Right. Okay, but we tried. They all right. She got her stuff.
And they woke up every day alive.
Right. So we're the best moms ever.
ever.
But I was thinking, like, what the fuck? Like, you just dumb. So then, here's the little one. Who's the smart one? She's calculating her money. Mom, she has $32 and she should have $100 and step, like, she's the smart one. So
she's like running payroll.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
She figures out math before me. I'm like, I'm so glad.
Can she do my taxes? Because we're getting up on that day and I haven't done them yet.
She probably could. And she does her own. I'm like, you got homework? She's like, No, okay, I don't even check. I just check her grades. Like, ooh, I'm still doing good. I was like, I gotta raise her at some point in life, but
she's doing good on her own.
She is really doing good on her own.
She's got your direction. It's an underlying. These are my morals. These are my ethics. I'm running with it.
And she is not taking shit from nobody.
That's your girl.
She really is. But I think she's an asshole in real life. But I love her. So here's the other part of the story where I had a, you know what, my kid is dumb moment. And then the other one was like, you know what, she's an asshole, but she stands up for herself. So she goes to a predominantly white school. And she said, Mom, I'm the only black kid in my class. And I was like, it's okay. That's fine. They're just all your friends. So she has one little friend that one girl, she's her friend one day and then she's not the other day, but then she tells me she's going over to her house. Okay, fine. I don't really care as long as you're leaving. So
as long as
you're going, like, I'm like, go somewhere. Okay, fine. Her dad's taking you. We're good.
Good. Doors closed.
The other little girl called. She came over. And the first one called and she said, you two are together now. They're all friends, but I think the two girls are closer than mine and both of them.
Yeah. So those two are close and yours is like the third
mine
wheel.
Is the third wheel. Like she just hangs when she feels like it.
Got it.
So,
but she's probably the third wheel by choice. But go ahead.
She's got a lot of other friends.
Exactly.
But so the other girl called and was like, oh, you two are hanging out. I feel left out. So most people would say, or most kids will be like, I'm so sorry you feel left out. Do you want to come and join us? Not my asshole. She responds and she says, well, how do you think I feel when you two have played dates together and you post your TikToks? You think I don't feel left out? I mean, I'm just being real. So the little girl hangs up and she kept calling. So the other little girl that was with her was like sweating bullets. Like she was so nervous, oh my God, I don't want her to be mad at me because that's her friend. Like that's her rider. But she just happened to not have anything else to do. So she came to hang with my kid. So she's like, could you show me? Can you show me with the text messages? And so mine is like, just hold on. And so she just ended it like, oh, well, whatever. So the little girl says, I think the best way to end this would just say I'm sorry. Like, just tell her I'm sorry. Here is my kids stand up for the world. I was like, no, I'm not saying I'm sorry, and I don't mean it. So I don't say things I don't mean. And I don't really care if she's mad at me, just like you. I don't care if you're mad at me. When you get mad, because it's a whole bunch of other friends I could just hang out with. Now, it was a proud mom moment because she stood up for herself, but the other part was like, you a bitch. Like, I would not be your fucking friend. Like, I really would. But the little girl wasn't saying, like, nothing. She just respected her. Like, she just respected her, and she does. She has some asshole-ish ways, but that was my really proud mom moment. And I know she can fight.
She knows who she is. She knows who she is. She's not, like, concerned about, oh, I got to be friends with this person, or I got to fit in this clique, or I got to... Yep. She knows who she is. It's like me if you do, don't if you don't, whatevs.
Yep. And I was. And I had to teach her to fight because she's got a mouth. And I was like, one day, my peaceful flower child, the oldest, that doesn't even know the difference between 177, 32, says she has never been in a fight in her whole life. Like, little kids would just hit her, and she would just stand there. And this is why, to this day, she'd be like, Mom, handle it. I'm going to go get my mom. And I was like... I fought all of her fights for her. I fought all the kids when she was in high school. I was like, I will shut this state down. And this is why she is enabled and she doesn't know how to use her debit card.
Oh, yeah. Well, going back to enabled. So we teach our kids things over and over and over and over and over. But it doesn't absorb. Like, I don't understand why things don't sink in. And I've taught this kid, like, he does his own laundry, stuff like that, whatever, right? But I've taught him life skills throughout his life. And out of nowhere, he doesn't know how to do anything. But it's because I do it for him.
Right.
And so it's like, Mom, I don't know how to open this bag of tortillas. Well, you pull off the perforation and you pop it open. I don't get what you don't get. Or the other day, it was like, I was making breakfast burritos. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, dude, come in here. I want to show you how to crack an egg. Even though, keep in mind, I've shown him throughout his whole life.
Right.
I just have zero faith. He has absorbed this into his mind. So he comes in, he's like, I already know how to do it. Because, he's super cool. I already know how to do it. And he grabs the egg.
Is that way? I just need to know, is that your version of his cool
Yes.
song?
Yeah, that's my version. I did. Then he goes, and plays video games. But he grabs the egg and he pounds it on the side of a plastic bowl because, like, that works. And so he cracks it. And then instead of putting your thumbs in the crack and pulling it open, he just almost, like, crushes it.
So he's got all the shells.
And it just drops in the bowl, and he's like, see, I know how. I'm like, well, cool. Can you show me how to do it when you don't manhandle it? Because you just fucking crush the egg. Like, you can't eat a crushed egg. And so he's like, oh, I got it. And I said, so he pounds it on the bowl. And I'm like, put your thumbs in the crack and pull it apart. And so he does that. But guess what? He crushes it. And I'm like, you're going to stay here.
And get all of these eggshells.
And get all and crack eggs until you crack one right. And so he
Way
did.
to be assertive, Mom.
And of course, Big Daddy Swears back there like, crack some eggs, boy. You gotta learn how to crack some eggs. But it's the littlest things that we show them.
Right.
But it doesn't sink in. And it's down to literally the minimal, I should say, little tiny things. He's like, Mom, I think my sink is clean. Clean for what? A porta potty? Like, I don't know how you think that's clean. I didn't raise you this way. You know how to clean a sink. You put the cleaning stuff, the Comet, whatever you're going to put in it, you scrub it, you wash it out. He's like, oh, look clean to me.
Did you throw a shoe at him?
Well, okay, so I didn't throw a shoe at him, but when he was little, so for those of us in Arizona, it's like summer and summer light. We got 2 seasons, that's it.
Right.
And so kids go from tennis shoes to sandals, tennis shoes to sandals. Those are our 2 seasons, right? So once you get them used to wearing tennis shoes, when summer comes, they don't want to put on sandals. Mm-hmm. But then once you get halfway through summer, they finally put on sandals. Oh, winter's here. Well, summer light is here, and they don't want to put on tennis shoes. And you go through this fucking cycle nonstop when they're kids. So he was probably about 3 years old. And I'm like, it's winter time. It's summer light time. It's like 50 degrees outside. You had to put on shoes. I won't wear my sandals. No. Putting on shoes.
He would have been out there with what they call them, chanclas?
Yeah, chanclas. Put on your chanclas. So I put on his shoes for him because we were late. Get to daycare. I got to work. He takes them off. I put them on. He takes them off. Motherfucker, this thing... We did this for day after day after day. And one day, it takes a lot to get me mad. Like, I'm pretty level-headed.
Right.
I mean, I get annoyed. But I was fucking furious. I'm late. Now I'm sweating through my clothes. I pitted out. Fucking, he takes off his shoes. And I picked up those tennis shoes, and I threw them across the house. And I'm like, put your fucking shoes on! Threw them across. That 2-year-old little baby stood there and looked at me like, my head had spun, the pea soup came out, the whole thing. He was scared because he had never heard me scream like that. And he toddled over with his little bare feet, picked up his shoes and looked at me like just that little beaten puppy. And then sat there and looked at me like, I need help putting on my shoes.
That's right. Because people think that you are not supposed to cuss your kids out. Like, I don't. My kids are like, Mom, you always, I start off, okay, baby, I need you to do this. Mm-hmm. Then they don't. Okay, sweetheart, I need you to do what I asked you to do. Okay, Mom. Now, the difference, the oldest one, she want to talk back. The little one, she says okay and doesn't do shit I asked her to do. But she doesn't talk back. So, then I've started again. Then I'm like, get this motherfucker. Like, you have to go off. And so it's really not the parents. It is the kids.
They just push and push
right.
and push. And I'm like, I don't, it's not even like, he's a boy and he's tall and he's thin. So it's not even like he had these like super cute, attractive feet. It's like he's got these super white, pale, long, skinny, put on your fucking shoes. It's not like he's like, oh, I want to show him my nice pedicure. No, put on your shoes.
He was hot. His feet was hot.
No, his butt was hot after he got dusted off.
I'm here for it though.
He had to get a dust on. That's all I'm saying.
Fucking up the kids. They're assholes.
Speaking of fucked up kids, they kind of grow up and they turn into, well, not ours, but some people's kids. because we turned into some crackheads. Because we got a new edition, or I should say a new segment on the show.
Crackhead Chronicles.
Crackhead Chronicles.
On the first edition of Crackhead Chronicles, we are coming to you today to talk about what happened to me today. So, sometimes the crackheads, meth heads, tweakers, whatever they choose to call themselves these days, they need work too. We are equal opportunists. I will support anybody. So, the lady texts me. Sometimes she texts me and says she has some stuff for sale. What you got? I may buy it. But today, she said, do you need lawn work done? I said, all right. Well, the landscaper comes once a month because it was summer-like. It was summer-like time. But now it's getting warmer, and I didn't have them booked. So in my yard, we don't really have yard. We have rocks, but there was like weeds there.
Yeah.
So I said, how much? She said $80. All right, cool. Come on, let me help you out. She pulls up, first of all, in this car with somebody with loud music at 9 o'clock in the morning. You never hear loud music on my street.
At 9 o'clock in the morning.
At 9 o'clock in the morning. You don't even really hear it at all, but I'm like...
Except when you had that DJ. That was awesome. DJ Miss Mix, we love you.
We love you. We are coming for you. But you actually couldn't hear it in front of the house.
Okay.
So...
That's good.
Right. So she pulls up. She gets out the car. I'm thinking, when you have a landscaper, they come in a whole truck. They come in a truck with blowers and...
It's official.
It's official with rakes. She gets out the car. Get ready.
If you guys could see her face, you know some shit's about to come.
She gets out the car. This bitch gets out the car with a rake, no bags. She didn't have a broom, another little gadget, and some scissors.
Like craft scissors? Or
let me tell you.
Okay.
There's more. Like the scissors, you know how you have the big scissors.
Yeah, the clipper things.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, she had paper scissors. Like, I watched her I'm in meetings looking out the window. She is cutting my bushes with fucking scissors.
Like kitchen
scissors. They wasn't even kitchen scissor size. They was like the craft scissors. And so she's out there for like an hour. And I'm just watching her. I'm like, she didn't even get to the backyard. And then she even offered to clean my pool. You didn't even get to, so she's just clipping away. So I think she got tired.
Is she like making origami with the craft scissors on your bushes, or what is she doing?
But she didn't even have a broom or a bag. I went out there. I was like, do you need a paper? I mean, you need a plastic bag. I got a construction bag,
anything,
something. She didn't have a room. She was sweeping. She was sweeping up the bushes that she cut with the paper scissors. With her hand.
Oh, my jeez.
Off the ground.
Oh, for Pete's
so I was like, listen, I have to mention Crackhead Chronicles because crackheads will do some shit. Like, I don't know why they think they want to sell you stuff. Like, they want to sell you dumb shit. Like, something you'll never really like. Here's this paperweight. I'll sell it to you for $5.
Oh, yeah.
How about I will give you $5 to not ever ask me to buy anything from you again?
Yep.
So, like, tell me.
Yeah.
We're going to play this game.
Okay.
Feel free to play along if you want at your homes. So before we start the game, I want to know what Crackhead Chronicle do you have to share today? Because I have a whole bunch.
So I'll tell you, and we might have to add some to the next episode, because I used to work in South Phoenix and at a grocery store. And they were open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And in the middle of the night, I was an auditor, so I'd come in and do the banking and the finance, whatever. And in the middle of the night, Crackhead Ned, sure as shit, would come in. Hey, so could you hold this TV for me for $20?
Well, it always has to do, like, I think they it's a lesson. Like, if you get high, you got to do this voice. Like, hey, it's a secret. Everything is a secret.
It's a secret. So, can you hold this TV for me for $20? I'm like, hold it. Because at first, I'm just kind of like, I'm new to this whole gig. I'm like, hold it. Like, where am I going to hold it? And when you coming back? I'm very innocent. When you coming back? And so am I holding it for like a week? Because a TV sounds big and my car's a little small. And I'm going through this whole like.
So this TV was not in the sale for the grocery store?
Oh, no.
He just had a TV?
He just had a TV, had a random TV out in the parking lot that he wanted me to hold for him for $20.
Oh, baby.
I know. And I was like, I don't need a TV, but thank you. That's very nice. No, but thank you. And so he goes away. Then like the next night comes in. Hey, so I got this leather jacket. Can you hold this leather jacket for me for like $20? And I'm like, why am I paying you to hold a jacket? Like, I'm doing you a favor. Oh, it clicks. Oh, yeah, the innocence wears off. You stole this. You want me to give you $20 for me to, quote unquote, hold it, but you're never coming back for. Oh, I'll tell you what. I was shocked because I had no idea what had hit me. And I'm thinking to myself, I could probably furnish my entire apartment and my wardrobe.
I'm like, did you get to
with holding stuff, I'm like, wow, I could hold. Do you have a couch I could hold? I could hold. Let's see, what else I need? I do need a new refrigerator. I don't know how you get that here though, but I could. Could you hold that?
They will find a way to get a refrigerator. Like, it would be vacuum cleaners. Like, first, how do you even get something like this out of a store?
Or someone's house. Did you rob someone's house?
Right.
I don't know. Do you have a strap to your back? You see the guys with the refrigerators and they strap them to their backs? I'm like, wow, that's smart right there. I don't know. But
all right. So if you were a crackhead, like, what would you do?
For money?
Yeah. Like, what would you do for money?
That's a tough one. I don't know.
Like, I would be bougie as fuck. Like, I would be a whole Whitney Houston, like, crack is cheap type bitch. Like, I would not be like, hey, let me get, no, I would be like, so, if you give me $100, I will go out on a date with somebody you don't want to go out with. Like,
Ooh.
I am going to fuck your head up, crackhead.
I like that.
So.
I like that. You'd be a crackhead that would do the things that the bougie people didn't want to do.
That the bougie people didn't want to do. Or I would go to the other side. Like, there's times where work gets really, really stressful.
Yeah.
And there is this one lady that I would be the crackhead that sing on the corner. Like, she was in the middle of the street waving little flag. Like, she has the time of her life. Like,
Yes.
Party of One, and it's unbothered. Like, I want to, if that was the choice that I would have to be, I want to be her. Like, I just want to walk down the street singing songs. Don't mess with nobody. And just a party of one. Like, it's early in the morning. She walking down singing. Late at night, she walking out. You see her. She take a nap during the day.
Whatever.
Like, that is it. Like, I want to be like crazy.
Yeah. I can see in good weather, because I might still be a bougie crackhead. And so I can see in good weather I would do that. I would be out there dancing, not adult dancing, like dancing.
She just be free.
Yeah.
Free with the world. She's just happy to be here. Like, she's just happy to be here. And the only issue she has to worry about is how she gets, like, the next. So I think that's when I would be, like, irritated. Because I don't have time to be worried about how I'm going to get the next drug. I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to get this next damn cookie.
Exactly.
Like, that's enough stress for me.
But you know what? Lizzo's empowering us to eat them cookies. So thanks, Lizzo.
Well, we have to work out.
Yeah.
We have to work out because
yes.
I heard, what is it? Today she was trending that she hiked in 4-inch heels.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy.
Yeah, but she did it.
I don't even want to wear 4-inch tennis shoe platforms. I don't know.
I don't know. Well, with the summer and summer like, I don't wear heels.
Mm-mm.
I go from my dress shoes, which is Tory Burch slides, to Crocs.
Your bedazzled Crocs. We got to get a picture. Big Daddy, can you put a picture of her Crocs up on our YouTube page? Because you got to see those Crocs that she's got.
And hit me up if you want some. I have a bomb girl that customized my Crocs.
Yes, we'll put them on the YouTube page. So look for our YouTube page for the Sugars Podcast and
coming soon. So
it's here. It's here.
I'm sorry. So
yeah.
This is the whole graphics design team, and we got Big Daddy Swirl. Did I say it right?
No, Swerve, but that's
Swerve.
okay. He'll swirl.
Well, he's I call him Swirl because he is like you know how you go to like the custard store and you get like the swirl, you get the chocolate and the vanilla.
That's right.
Like, he is the epitome of chocolate and
swirl.
vanilla. So he is a mixture of both of us.
Yeah,
so
I like it.
Swirl, it is. So he's our executive producer. So shout out to Big Daddy Swirl. He keeps us together in our topics and our editing. So they do all the webcasts. I just show up, talk shit, do what I like to do, and keep you guys entertained.
There we go.
Can we switch this really quick?
Well, can we do it on our next episode? because we're out of time.
We are out of time. So when we come back, I mean, this has been so much fun hanging with you guys. We will come back because there was someone that I wanted to talk about, and we'll talk about people that you see virtually and when you see them in person.
Oh, yeah.
What they look like. Sometimes they don't look like you expect them, and sometimes they do, and you just have to step back for a minute and say, God damn. So let you know about this feller next week or whenever we do this next episode. So
yes,
I guess we are out this bitch.
We're out. Biatch.
Thank you guys for joining the Sugars podcast today. We love you. We appreciate you. We want to keep you empowered and laughing at the same damn time. Go hug your kids if you're a bad mom. Go fuck them up if they get on your nerves. But
love your thighs. Love your arms. Love your chins.
Love being you.
Thanks, everybody. Peace and love.
Thank you. Peace out.